Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Today we are doing squares and square roots, chapter 3, exercise 3b. Exercise 3b is on page number 47 and the first question is the multiple choice type. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. So here we have question 1. If the square root of 5 is 2.24, what is the value of the square root of 20? Now, 20 can be written as 5 into 4, isn't it? Since we've already been given the square root of 5. So let's write that. So instead of 20, I'm going to write square root of 5 into 4 because 5 into 4 is 20. And we have been given the square root of 5, which is 2.24. And we know the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 2's are 4. So now that we have found the square roots of 5 and 4, let's multiply these two. So when we multiply, ignore the decimal point and multiply, and later you can put back the point. 2 4's are 8, 2 2's are 4, 2 2's are 4. Now go back to the question, see how many decimal places there are. 1, 2. So your answer also should have 2 decimal places. So the point comes here. So you have 4.48. Let's check and see which option says 4.48, and that is option B. So our answer here is B. Question 2. If the square root of 27.8 is 5.27, the value of the square root of 2780 is one of these answers. Now, when we have been given similar numbers, can you see this is 27.8 and here the point has been removed, but we have similar numbers. So when you have questions like these, you don't have to find out the square root the normal way, the prime factor method. Instead, we have to use the question that's given to us. So in the question, it's told that the square root of 27.8 is given, isn't it? We are told square root of 27.8. And here now we have 2780. Now we have to get this 2780 in this format. So here can you see the point is after 7. So here also if I have to put the point after 7, I will get the same number as this. But then my number is 2780. So how will I get that back? I will get that back only if I multiply this by 100. Why should I multiply by 100? Because after the point here there are two places. If I multiply by 100, I will get back 2780. So I have done this so that I will get this in this format. So here this is the square root is given to us as 5.27. So here, since we have got this in the same format, we know now the square root of 27.8 is 5.27. So we can write that 5.27 into, and we know the square root of 100, it is 10 because 10 into 10 is 100. Now multiply 5.27 into 10. When you multiply, the point will move to the right by one place because there's 1 0. So the point will move after 2. So what do we get here? We get 52.7. So this is our answer, and which option is that? It is option B, 52.7. Question 3. N is the least natural number that must be added to 23 so that the resulting number is a perfect square. In that case, the value of n is one of these numbers. That means the number that's given to us is 23, isn't it? Now 23 is not a perfect square, but if you add something to it, it will become a perfect square. So which of these numbers should we add to make it a perfect square? We can take these numbers itself. So the number given to us is 23. Add the first number, option A, which is 7. What do you get? 23 plus 7 is 30. 30 is not a perfect square. No number that you multiply by itself will give us 30. So let's take 23 and the second option, which is 2. So 23 plus 2 is 25. Now 25 is a perfect square. What is the square root of 25? Square root of 25 is 5 because 5 into 5 will give us 25. So option B, the answer is 2. Option B is the correct answer. Now let's check the other numbers also, because here we are told the least natural number. Now we've been given numbers. Now if you add 2, you will make it a perfect square. Is the number smaller than 2? Let's see. So here, now 5 is a natural number, but it's not smaller than 2. Now minus 7 is smaller than 2, but minus 7 is not a natural number. So our final answer is option B. Question 4. N is the least natural number that must be subtracted from 23 so that the resulting number is a perfect square. In that case, the value of n is which of these numbers? So, we have the number 23 here. That means this is not a perfect square now, but if you subtract one number from it, and that will become a perfect square, and that is n. So, we need to find out which of these numbers is n. So let's start with the first option. So let's take 23, and the first option given to us here is 7. So let's minus 7 from this and see what we get. 23 minus 7 is 16, and 16 is a perfect square because the square root of 16 is 4. 4 fours are 16. So 16 is a perfect square. So when we subtracted 7 from 23, we are getting a perfect square. That means the value of n is 7. So our answer is option A. But also remember, here it says least natural number. That means we have to look to see if there is a number smaller than 7 that can be subtracted from 23 to make it a perfect square. So here we have 2. So let's take 23 and the second option, which is 2, and minus it from 23. 23 minus 2 is 21, and 21 is not a perfect square. Now let's take the next one, 5. 5 is also smaller than 7. So let's subtract 23 and 5. So 23 minus 5 is 18, and 18 is not a perfect square. Now let's take D, minus 7. Minus 7 is also smaller than 7, but here it clearly says natural number, and minus 7 is not a natural number. So our answer is option A, 7. Question 2. Find the square root of 4761. Now children, in the previous exercise, we found the square root of numbers using the prime factor method, using factors of numbers. Here we are doing the division method. So let me teach you this. Let's go slowly and carefully. So here first draw your lines like this, and then we are going to put this number inside. So what do we have? 4761. Now the next step is we have to pair our numbers from right to left. So we're moving this way. We're going to pair our numbers. So these two will make one pair. We're moving from right to left, and these two will make the other pair. Now we're going to look at the first pair of numbers, 47. Now we're going to think of squares of numbers which will give us a number close to 47. Now we can start with 2. Now 2 square means 2 into 2. 2 twos are 4. 3 square, 3 threes are 9. We need to get a number close to 47. Close to 47, these are small numbers. Now let's think of 6. 6 square, that is 6 sixes are 36. Let's look at the next one, 7 square, 7 sevens are 49. Now 49 is close to 47, but it is greater than 47. So we cannot use that. We have to use a smaller number, which is 36. So we're going to use 6 square is equal to 36. So 6 square means we write 6 here. 6 into 6 will give us 36. Next step we have to minus. So let's minus. 7 minus 6 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. Next step is we bring down this pair as it is. Both the digits in that pair. So that is 61. Now what is our number? Our number is 1161. Next step, we are going to write the double of this number. This number is 6. Double means 6 into 2. 6 twos are 12. We are going to write that here. So now we have 12. Next step is we are going to write a digit next to 12 and multiply it with the same digit to get this number. So let me show you how to do that. So first I'm going to write 12. I'm going to write a digit next to it starting with 1. So if I write 1, I have to multiply also by 1. So 121 into 1 is 121. No, this is not the number for this because I need to get 1161. So let me continue. Write 12. Next to that, this time let me put the digit 2. If I put 2, I must multiply also by 2. So let's multiply and see. 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 244. No, that's not the number. So we have to get a number close to this. That means it should end in 1. Think of a number whose square will end in 1. Now, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, it's not ending in 1, 5 5s are 25, not ending in 1, 6 6s are 36, no, 7 7s are 49, no, 8 8s are 64, no, 9 9s are 81. Now this is ending in 1. Why are we looking for a number ending in 1? Because here it's ending in 1. So instead of wasting your time multiplying with everything, now here we've got 81, which is the square of 9. That means if I write 9 next to 12 and multiply with 9, will I get this number? Let me try. So I'm going to take 12 and next to it I'm going to write 9. That means I have to multiply also by 9. So let me multiply and see. 9 9s are 81, carry 8. 9 2s are 18 plus 8 26, carry 2. 9 1s are 9, 10, 11. 1169, 61. So I've got this here and it's the same number. That means next to 12 I can write the digit 9. So let me write that. So now my numbers become 129. When I multiply it with 9, I get 1161. And now we minus it, we get 0. So here it's all zeros. So I have got my answer, which is the quotient. This is the quotient and this is my answer. That means the square root of 4761 is 69. So this is my answer. Question 2. So here we have 7744. We're going to find the square root of that following the same method. So draw your lines, put the number inside 7744. First step. Second step, pair the numbers from right to left. So this is one pair and this is another pair. We're moving from right to left. Now look at the first pair of numbers and think of a number whose square is close to this, close to 77. Now 2 square, 2 2s are 4. Now let's look at 7 square, 7 7s are 49. Let's look at 8 square, 8 8s are 64. 9 square, 9 9s are 81. Now we need to get a number close to 77. So here the closest is 64. 81 is bigger than that. So we are going to use 8 square 64. That means 8 into 8 is 64. So we minus 7 minus 4 is 3. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now bring down the next pair of numbers 44. So what is our number now? 1344. Next step, we have to double this number 8. So let's double it. 8 2s are 16. Now what do we have to do? We have to write a digit next to 16 and multiply it with the same digit to get 1344. So let's write 16. Now what is the digit that we are going to put next to 16 to get this number? Now look at the last digit here, 4. So think of a number whose square is also ending in 4. 2 2s are 4. So let's try with 2. So let me put 2 next to 16 and multiply this by 2 and see what we get. 2 2s are 4, 2 6 are 12, carry 1, 2 1s are 2, 3. 324. That is not the number. I need to get this. So think of another number whose square is ending in 4. Okay, so here we put 2, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9. Okay, so here we've got some squares. 7 squares are 49, 8 squares are 64. So here can you see it's ending in 4. So let's try and see 8 square. So let's put 16 and next to it let's write 8 and multiply this by 8. What do we get? 8 8s are 64, carry 6. 8 6 are 48, plus 6 is 54, carry 5. 8 1s are 8, plus 5 is 13. 1344, which is the same as this. That means next to 16, I need to put the digit 8. And now my number is 168. When I multiply it by 8, I will get 1344. Minus it, it's all zeros. So now we finished our division. Our quotient is our answer, which is 88. That means the square root of 7744 is 88. This is our answer. Question 3. Here we have 15,129. So let's begin. Let's draw the lines and be ready. Now we need to put this number inside. The number is 15,129. So next step is pairing them from right to left. So we have one pair here. We have one pair here. This is by itself. We're just going to leave it by itself. So what is this number? 1. So what will give me 1 when I multiply a number by itself? It's 1 itself, isn't it? 1, 1s are 1. Minus 0, bring down the next pair, which is 51. Next step is double this number. Doubling means 1 into 2. 1 into 2 is 2. Next step is we need to put a digit next to 2 so that we get a number close to this. So let's write 2, put a digit next to it. Now suppose I put 2 and then if I put 2, I need to multiply this by 2. So 22 into 2 is 44. Let's try one more number. So take 2, next to it let's put 3 and multiply this by 3. Whatever number you're putting next to it, you have to multiply with the same number. 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6. So here we have 44 and 69 and the one that is most suitable to write here is 44. So let's write 44. That means here we need to put 2 and carry that 2 up. So 22 into 2 is now 44 minus. Now let's minus here. So this is 4, 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. Now bring down the next pair, which is 29, both the digits. So now our number is 729. Next step is to double this quotient. 12 is here. To double it means to multiply it by 2. 12 twos are 24. Now the next step, I need to put a digit next to 24 and multiply with the same number to get 729. Now the ending digit is 9. So think of a number which you multiply by itself will give you 9. The number is 3. So let's write 24 first and next to it let's put 3 and multiply this by the same number 3. Let's see what we get. 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, carry 1, 3 2s are 6 plus 1, 7, 729. So we've got 729 here and here. That means next to 24, we have to put the digit 3. So let's put 3. Now it is 243 into 3. That will give us 729. And our remainder is 0. So we have found the square root of 15,129 and that is our quotient. And what is our quotient? 123. That means if you multiply 123 by 123, you will get 15,129. Question 4. We have to find the square root of 0.2916. So let's write that down. So we have our lines drawn and we have 0.2916 here. Now here when we have a decimal number, first look at this part. This is the whole number part. For the whole numbers, the pairing is done from right to left. So here it is done from right to left separately. Now the decimal part is done from left to right. We start the pairs from here. So here we have these two numbers as one pair and these two numbers as the other pair. Now let's begin with the first number, that is 0. So 0, think of a square, that will be 0 itself. 0 into 0 is 0 minus the remainder 0. Next step, carry the point up to the same place. Bring down the next one, which is 29. You brought down the next pair, that's 29. Now think of a number whose square is close to 29. The number is 5, isn't it? So 5 into 5. 5 fives are 25 minus 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring down the next pair, that is 1, 6, 16. So now our number is 416. Next step, double this 5. When I say double, multiply it by 2. 5 into 2 is 10. Okay, so I have 10 now. Now I need to get a number next to 10 and multiply with that same digit to get 416. So let's try that. So I'm going to write 10 and next to it I'm going to put 2. Let's multiply it by 2 itself. Whatever you're putting next to it, you have to multiply with the same number. 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 1s are 2. Now let's do the same thing again. Let's put 10. This time let's put 3 next to it. 3 and multiply it by 3. 3 3s are 9, 3 zeros are 0, 3 1s are 3. As you can see, the number here is 416 and both these numbers are not suitable. Let's try again. Let's take 10 and this time let's put 4 next to it and multiply it by 4. 4 4s are 16, carry 1, 4 zeros are 0 plus 1, 4 1s are 4. The number is 416, which is the same number as this. So how did we get this number? When we put the digit 4 next to 10. So here also I'm going to put 4 next to 10. Now the number is 104. When I multiply it by 4, I will get 416. Minus it 0. Your answer is the quotient, which is 0.54. So we have found the square root of this number 0.2916 and that is 0.54. So this is our answer. Question 5, let's find the square root of this. So let's write down the numbers. So here we have 0.001225. So here this is a decimal number. So this has an integral part or a whole number part here and the rest of it is the decimal. So whenever it is an integral part, we have to pair it up from right to left and the decimal part is the other way, this way. So we have a pair here, we have a pair here and we have a pair here. So now let's begin with the first one, that is 0. So 0 into 0 will give us 0. So that is easy. So minus and we write 0. Now we have to carry this point up here. So it's in the same place and bring down the next pair of numbers, which is 2 zeros again. So again you can say 0 into 0 is equal to 0. Now minus this. It's 0 here. Let's bring down the next pair, which is 12. Now think of a number whose square will give you a number close to 12. How about 3? 3 3s are 9. So that is close to 12, isn't it? Because 4 4s are 16, it's bigger. So we have to put only 3. 3 3s are 9. Now minus it. 12 minus 9 is 3 and bring down the next pair, which is 25. So now our number is 325. Next step, look at the quotient, take it as only 3 and double it. That is, multiply it into 2. 3 2s are 6. Now, next to 6, I need to put a number and multiply so that my answer is 325. So let's take the number 6. Now, which number has a square that's ending in 5? What about the number 5? 5 5s are 25 and that ends in 5. So let's put 5 here. 65 into 5. Let's multiply this and see. 5 5s are 25. Carry 2. 5 6s are 30 plus 2, 32. So I have 325 here. So here also I have 325. So if I put the number 5 next to 6, I will get 65. So let me put 65 and 65 into 5 is 325 minus, now we get a 0 and our answer is the quotient. And what is our quotient? 0.035. So let's write our answer. The square root of 0.001225, that is 0.035. So this is our answer, 0.035. Question 6. So let's write down this number, draw the lines and write your number 0.023104. Again, the whole number we move from right to left, whereas the decimal part we move the other way. So this is one pair, this is the other pair, and this is the third pair. So look at the first number. It is 0. That means 0 into 0 is 0. So we can write that 0 minus. Okay, now carry the point up and bring down the next pair, which is 2. Now, which number, when you multiply by itself, will give you a number close to 2? 1, isn't it? 1 into 1 is 1. Minus 2 minus 1 is 1. Now bring down the next pair, which is 31. Next step is double this number. That is, multiply this with 2. 1 2s are 2. Next step, next to this 2, we need to put a number which will give us a number close to 131. So remember, it's ending in 1. So think of a number whose square ends in 1, or get a number close to this. So let's put 2 here and let's think of, say, 7, or let's think of 5. Okay, 20. So here we're going to add 5. So we have put a number 5 next to 2. We're going to multiply it by 5. Let's see what we get. 5 5s are 25. Carry 2. 5 2s are 10, 11, 12. 125. Now let's try 2. Let's put 6 next to it this time and multiply it by 6 also. 6 6s are 36. Carry 3. 6 2s are 12, 13, 14, 15. 156. So between these two numbers, 125 is the most suitable here. So let's write 125 here. That means next to 2, I need to put the number 5. So I have the digit here, 25. My number is now 25 into 5 is 125. Then subtract. So here I have 11 minus 5, which is 6. I'm going to bring down the next pair, which is 0, 4. So what is my number now? 604. Next step is double the quotient. I have 15. 15 twos are 30. Take it as a whole number. Take 15 as a whole number there. Multiplied by 2, I have 30. Now, next to 30, I need to write a digit so that when I multiply it by the same thing, I get 604. So let me take 30 and put 1 next to it. So when I put 1 next to it, I have to multiply it by 1. 301 into 1 is 301, which I cannot use here, 604. So now let me take 30 and next to it this time, let me put 2 and multiply also by 2. So here what do I get? 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 3s are 6. I have 604. And this is also 604. That means next to 30, I have to put the digit 2. So let me put 2. Now the number is 302. Multiplied by 2, it becomes 604 minus 0. So what is my quotient? My quotient is 0.152, and that is the square root of 0.023104. That is 0.152. This is our answer. Question 7. Let's find the square root of the number 27. Let me write that down. So that is 27.3529. So here when I pair up the numbers, the whole number part I move from right to left. The decimal part is from left to right. So I have the pairs. Let me look at the first pair, that is 27, which is the number whose square is close to 27. The number is 5, isn't it? 5 into 5. 5 5s are 25. Minus 7 minus 5 is 2. Now carry this point up, bring down the next pair. This is 235 now. Next step, double this. 5 into 2 is 10. So I have 10. Now I have to write a digit next to 10, so that when I multiply, I get a number close to 235. So let me write 2 and multiply this by 2. So next to 10, I have put 2 and I am multiplying with 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 1s are 2. It's 204. If I take 10 and put 3 next to it and multiply it by 3, what will I get? 3 3s are 9, 3 zeros are 0, 3 1s are 3. I will get 309. My number is 235. So I'm going to use 204. That means next to 10, I have to put the digit 2. So now it's become 102. 102 into 2 is 204. So let me minus this now. 5 minus 4 is 1. I have 3 here. I'm going to bring down the next pair, which is 29. Next step, look at this. Take it like a whole number, 52, and write the double of it. That means multiply it by 2. 52 into 2. Let's multiply and see. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, we have 104. So let's write 104. Now next to 104, I need to write a digit. Now how do I choose that digit? Look at this number, look at the last digit here, it's 9. Think of a number whose square is ending in 9. How about 3 itself? So let's take this number 104. Next to it, let's write 3 and multiply this whole number by 3. 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, carry 1, 3 zeros are 0 plus 1, 3 1s are 3. So here can you see we've got 3129, which is the same as this. How did we get it? When we multiplied, when we put 104 next to it, we put 3 and multiplied it by 3. So the number that should come next to this is 3. So let's write that 3. So 1043 into 3 is 3129. When you minus, you will get 0. So what is our quotient? Our quotient is 5.23 and that is our answer. So let's write the square root of 27.3529 is 5.23. So this is our answer, 5.23. We will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.